It's no secret that Manhunt was controversial when it came out. I mean, Manhunt was even accused of having to do with a kid murdering his friend. But it turned out to be the victim's copy of the game and not the killer's. Not to mention the free publicity the media gave. Even though the controversy of Manhunt is definitely worth mentioning, I'm not going to focus on it. There's already plenty of videos that already do the same thing. And also the fact that more violent games have come and gone since Manhunt, including Manhunt 2. He plays James Cash, an inmate on death row about to be executed. But Cash is spared in order to take part in a series of murders for this guy named Starkweather Snuff Films, who basically taunts you throughout the game and pretends to be your friend, even though he's far from that. So the premise of Manhunt was definitely interesting to me. But the story doesn't go too far. I mean, Manhunt definitely doesn't focus on it. It focuses more on its stealth action gameplay. For the most part, you're going to be using stealth in Manhunt. So if you don't like stealth games, you're probably not going to like Manhunt. Not to say that it's all stealth. There's quite a few shooting sections of the game, but for the most part, you're going to be using stealth. And you're basically going to be spending most of your time hiding in the shadows and darkness, and basically like sneaking up on guys and executing them. And the longer you hold down the square X button, the more violent the kill will be. So the stuff is very basic, and it definitely isn't really anything to write home about, but it's decent. But the shooting sections, on the other hand, I didn't think were as good as the stealth sections. They're definitely challenging, but not necessarily in a good way. Maybe because the shooting mechanics are somewhat dated, because you're going to be relying on like a lock-on system, which isn't always best when there's like a room full of guys shooting at you. So it can definitely be pretty frustrating at times. But if you could find a place to take cover and everything, it works just fine. But with that being said, even though the gameplay did fall a little short for me, everything else about Manhunt I think was actually fairly well done. I mean, Manhunt has a very dark, deliberate tone that's definitely not for everyone, but if you're into that kind of thing, you should definitely check out Manhunt. Also, Manhunt has a great soundtrack that really sets the dark tone the game is going for. It also has a great atmosphere. It has a very dark, grainy look that really suits the game. But with that being said, I think Manhunt actually could have been a survival horror game instead of just a decent stealth action game. I mean, Manhunt definitely has some tense moments, especially with the second to last boss fight in the game. So in a way, I think Manhunt was actually kind of a wasted opportunity. I mean, Manhunt could have been a great survival horror game. But Manhunt is what it is, and Manhunt is a pretty good game for what it is. Manhunt may not be for everyone, but I think Manhunt is worth checking out just to see what the fuss was all about and what the big deal was. But there was a sequel to Manhunt that a lot of fans don't think was as good as the first Manhunt, so take it for what you will. Some fans want Manhunt 3, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. So, until then, I'll see you next time.